Hi, I'm Mitch Gallagher. Welcome to Sweetwater's Guitars and Gear. This time out, a versatile compact compressor pedal from Wampler. Let's get started. Today we're checking out the Mini Ego Compressor, a downsized, compact version of the Ego Compressor, which is an extremely popular compressor from Wampler. And one of the great features of both this compressor as well as the full-sized Ego Comp is that it has a blend control, and that allows you to mix the compressed signal back in with the uncompressed signal so you maintain your dynamics while still getting all the benefits of compression. Compared to the full-sized Ego Compressor, the Mini Ego Compressor is simpler to operate. Instead of 5 rotary controls, we have 3 rotary controls and 2 switches. So in this case, we have a blend control, we have a sustain control which sets the amount of compression, and we have a volume control that allows us to match the input to the output level when we're adding compression. Instead of rotary tone and attack controls, we have switches for those 2 settings. So we have a 2-position tone switch and a 2-position attack switch. We also have true bypass operation, so the pedal's not coloring your signal when it's bypassed. With the 2 switches for attack and tone, the Mini Ego Compressor is very easy to operate. Just set up the amount of compression you want, set the blend you want between compressed and uncompressed, dial in the switches where you need them set, and match the volume. So let's check out some of the tones that are available here. I'm going to turn the blend all the way toward compression so we're getting 100% wet signal. We'll begin with the tone and the attack switches in the left position. We'll set the sustain or the compression amount to about 12 o'clock, and we'll match the volume to our dry signal. So here's our bypass signal, and we're playing through an Artist 15 amplifier from Blackstar. The guitar I'm playing today is a Sweetwater specified wood library version of the 408. This has very versatile pickup switching as well as a solid East Indian neck with a Brazilian rosewood fingerboard and an absolutely gorgeous quilt makeable top. Here's our uncompressed signal with the bridge pickup. Now we'll switch in compression. You can hear we're really clamping down on the signal. Now we can open this up by increasing our blend, and that'll bring in some of our dry, uncompressed signal. So let's set that to about 50%. You can still hear that compressed tone underneath, but we're getting some of the dynamics in the attack back by mixing in the dry signal. Let's compare our bypass signal to this setting. So here's bypassed, and with compression. You can hear the signal really fattens up. We've got a nice, smooth, contained bottom end, but it's also nice and fat and round. It's a great effect that you could actually leave engaged all the time while you're playing because you still have plenty of dynamics available to you. But the compression also adds a ton of sustain. Really a nice setting. Now we'll go back to the fully compressed setting on the blend control. I'm going to drop back the sustain just a bit. And we'll engage the tone switch. In this setting, the tone switch is restoring some of those upper harmonics. It's making the sound a little bit brighter, a little bit more open sounding, despite the fact that we're really compressing it heavily. If we switch on the attack control, we'll really clamp down on the transients to the pick attack, and that'll give us a nice, snappy, chicken picking style tone. Now, of course, we can blend this back with our dry signal, so we still get that snap and pop from the compression, that nice tight top end and bottom end, and yet we still get the dynamics blended back in from the dry signal. The Mini Ego Comp is also great for rhythm parts because it maintains a constant dynamic and really helps you sit in the mix. For this setting, I'm going to turn the attack control off, pull the sustain back just a little bit, and we'll set our blend to taste. Even though I've got a thinner, brighter, chiming tone there, you can hear how much sustain that compression is adding. Here's what it sounds like when we bypass this. And with the compressor. You can hear the compression is really filling in that lower mid-range. It's giving us a smoother dynamic, and it's really helping the part jump out. It's really popping. One other excellent use for the Mini Ego Comp is as a solo boost with a little bit of added compression. So we can set up our dry signal the way that we like it. Let's go with our neck pickup. We'll add some sustain, set our blend to about 50%. Attack is off, tone is on, and we'll increase our volume to give us a bit of a boost into the amplifier. Here's our bypass sound. And with the compression. The tone gets even fatter, our level comes up. If we were driving into distortion, of course, we'd be adding some gain, but even with a clean sound like this, we're getting a nice singing, round, fat tone. I hope you've enjoyed this look at the Wampler Mini Ego Compressor. I've had an Ego Compressor on my board for a long time, and I think I'm going to be swapping it out for one of these just because of the space saving. It's a great sounding pedal, it's very versatile, takes up no space, it's really a no-brainer to add to your pedal board. Thanks for joining me for Sweetwater's Guitars and Gear. Be sure to tune in next time. We'll have more guitars, more amps, more effects, and we'll be making lots of music. I'm Mitch Gallagher.